Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching Georgia Beer Reviews. Back at you today with another one. And what I'm looking at is the final beer from the Dataset Experimental 4-pack from Treehouse Brewing Company. So the Dataset Experimental series, it's the same base double IPA, all 8% alcohol by volume, same hops, same malts. The only difference is the yeast. So we had a house yeast, we had a wild modern yeast, an English ale yeast, and the fourth and final one is a Thiolized yeast. This was canned on 3/24. It is 3/29, so very fresh. All right, the Thiolized yeast says, for this batch we utilized a Thiolized yeast engineered to produce potent tropical esters. Even before our judicious hopping regimen, the beer exploded with tropical aroma. A truly unique drinking experience. Bright passion fruit radiates from the glass. We also taste mellow guava underneath a blanket of tangerine and pine. Okay, so number 3 smelled really tropical, but it didn't really deliver. This one, maybe we'll get a little bit more tropical fruit with this. Maybe a little bit more body. It's really interesting how all 4 of these beers are the same base, but the yeast, the different yeast that they use in each one of these batches, it makes such a huge difference in the characteristics of the beer. The appearance for all of these have been pretty much exactly the same. Just a bright yellowish orange color, very hazy, can't see through it. Orange juice with a head for the most part. So it's another beautiful looking beer with a nice creamy looking white head. So with this one, I'm getting a lot of tangerine citrus. I'm getting a little bit of like nectarine with this one. I think it's nectarine more than peach. A little stone fruit with this one. That's why I really don't pay too much attention to the labels when they put their descriptors on there. I'm not getting, what did they say? Passion fruit and guava. I'm not getting guava with this one. I do get guava with a lot of Treehouse beers, but I'm not getting guava on the aroma. Maybe on the palate I'll get some, but for this I'm getting maybe a touch of mango, but stone fruit and a lot of tangerine citrus. The citrus notes are the most prominent on the aroma for me. There's a little bit of like an earthy note from the hops on the aroma as well. I'm not getting any pine though either. They mentioned pine on the label. I'm not getting that. It smells like an absolutely delightful, juicy IPA nonetheless though. And I can't wait to get into it. I'm salivating. So without further ado, let's get into this brew. Cheers. Ooh. So I actually am getting a little bit of passion fruit on the palate. It wasn't coming so much. It wasn't coming through so much on the aroma, but on the palate, I'm getting a little bit of passion fruit. Still no guava. Guava is one of those things I get a lot with certain Treehouse beers in particular, but I'm not getting guava with this. I am getting passion fruit, a little bit of that nectarine stone fruit type qualities coming through, a little mango, not a ton of mango though, and like I said, the tangerine citrus, it's still kind of the primary note. It was the lead aroma, and it's also the lead flavor. As soon as I said I wasn't getting any guava, I am getting a little bit of guava now. It's mild though. It's not like some of these juicy IPAs from Treehouse where I just get a ton of guava. There is guava, but it's subtle. So guava, passion fruit, stone fruit, mango. Really not much pineapple with this one. Mostly mango for the tropical fruit. nice wheat bready malts notes in the middle of the sip. And then juicy on the finish. This one's got more body than number 3. I like it better than number 3. I think number 2 is still probably my favorite, but this one's up there as well. I don't remember what I gave number 2. I think it was in the world-class range, but this one's close. I don't think it's quite as good as number 2. I should buy a 4-pack, another 4-pack, and do them all side by side, or do them all blind and see which one I like the best and do it that way. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll do that. But reviewing them individually, it's a little bit harder, I guess, when you're not doing them side by side. But I can tell you that this one is probably number 2 for me. I think I liked the number 2 the best. Then it will be number 4, number 3, and then number 1. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm focusing on this one right now. It does have a lot of complexity. Like I said, you're getting citrus, you're getting tropical fruit, getting stone fruit, the passion fruit, the wheat bready malt notes, a little bit of earthy hop bite on the back end to kind of round it out. This one's got a little bit more body, which is nice. I don't want a double IPA that's a little too thin or too light. I want a substantial, like juicy body, and this one definitely has that as well. This one's a winner all the way through. Nice, juicy up front, nice and earthy on the back end, balanced, good bready malt notes in the middle of the sip. Lots of fruit flavor just from the hops that they're using. The Thiolized yeast really, I guess, kind of brings out more of the fruit flavors from the hops. It's very amazing how the yeast can affect the flavor of the beer that much when the base beer is the same, and the only difference is the yeast that they use. So I'm going to give this one a 96. 96 out of 100. It's really a solid beer, solid A beer. It's excellent, getting up there, but not my favorite of the Dataset Experimental. Number 2 is my favorite still. Excellent beer nonetheless. I highly recommend picking up the 4-pack if you can find the Treehouse Dataset Experimental 4-packs in your area, because you get to try a lot of amazing double IPAs. Really juicy, really nice, but the yeast, it's just so cool to go through these and to pick up on all the differences from the different yeasts that they use and how that affects the overall flavor and body and mouthfeel and just everything with all of these beers. So 96 out of 100 for the Dataset Experimental number 4. That'll do it for this beer review, guys. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Until next time, everybody. Cheers.